Hello and a warm welcome to this new episode of Tangential Track Reviews brought to you by Mason's Music Library. Now, in this week's episode, I'm going to be discussing the newest release by one of the most admired musicians around, and that's Kamasi Washington and his new masterpiece, Truth. In this video, I'm going to be exploring the composition, concept, and the instrumentation behind this thing, as well as taking a look at the artwork and movie that accompany this project. So, without further ado, let's get straight into the review. Kamasi Washington is a remarkable jazz saxophonist, composer, bandleader extraordinaire who has made a commendable contribution to music and culture of his career, both with his solo projects, concerts and recordings, as well as his contributions to other artists' work over the years. This guy has just been unstoppable, working with everyone from Herbie Hancock to Run the Jewels on their latest album, Run the Jewels 3. This man even gave his own contribution to the Kendrick Lamar's legendary album, To Pimp a Butterfly, and if they aren't some quality credentials for you, then I don't know what are. But that's not all. His music and that of his band have had a truly mind-blowing effect on me. I mean, take for example his 2015 album, The Epic, which is nothing short of epic, and I would even go so far to say this album was life-changing for me. It just has such a transcendent quality that for me is truly inspiring. Kamasi and his band, The Next Step, have established themselves as legendary live performances. These guys are just unbelievable live. I actually got the opportunity to see them last summer at the British Summertime Festival in Hyde Park, London, and they were something else, man. Honestly, the most enjoyment I have ever taken from a live performance ever. And I also managed to bump into the man himself after their set, and I just totally lost my mind. But if you haven't had the privilege to see these guys live in person, then one, you're in luck because they have a tour coming up. I absolutely just can't wait for it. And two, there are tons and tons of amazing live performances to watch right here on YouTube. Now, if you're looking for a really good one, then I can't recommend this one enough. It's a performance of Rerun Home that for me is one of the best displays of musical mastery that I have seen in some time. So, as you can imagine, when I found out about this new track, as well as the whole new project that's coming out this summer, I had to sit down and catch my breath. And then I immediately grabbed my headphones and dived headfirst into this absolute masterpiece of a song. Truth honestly surpassed all of my wildest expectations, much in the same way that Epic did. I mean, again, this just comes down to the signature transcendent quality of Kamasi's music. In fact, it's more appropriate to say experience rather than music, as that for me is the best way to describe this song. It's a 40-minute pilgrimage to the heart of what is truly true. And this song explores an emotional journey to find truth in a world where most are seduced and distracted by anything but. This is reflected by the superb movie that accompanies this song, directed by A.J. Rose, and it sees a young boy in a search for truth, juxtaposed with the image of two men fighting while surrounded by a sea of perfect pink rose petals. That is possibly meant to symbolise humanity's history of fighting over what they think to be true, whilst real truth surrounds them, in the beauty of the world and in the splendour of experience. Whatever the message is behind this project, to me it just has such immense beauty. To the generating such an expressive existential experience, and I think that while this may have a defined meaning behind it, it's just one of those songs that people are going to create their own meaning for. You might even say that people will find their own truth within the song. The profoundness of this song comes thanks in no small part to Kamasi's maximalist approach to composition, making for such an opulent, extravagant indulgence. Take for example the section of his song that reaches its full defined crescendo, and that features vocal harmonies, two drummers, as well as a full horn and string section, as well as guitars and God knows what else. I mean, it really packs on mass as this song progresses, but that's not to say that in any way that it's overbearing, as this song has a ton of balance to it, with more subdued and subtle sections that return to the band's bare bones, providing ample contrast for a more moving and melodic experience. Another thing that I really love about the composition of this track is the diversity of influence that can be seen. For example, the song seems to have a real gospel feel to it, what with the choir vocal harmonies, as well as some of the more syncopated rhythms. This song also seems to take influence from a multitude of different styles of jazz, exploring jazz fusion style drumming and guitar riff work, to acid jazz with the song's often psychedelic feel. I mean, Kamasi's music is often very psychedelic, but this just demonstrates Kamasi and his contributors' knowledge and understanding of various styles of music and how they can integrate it into their sound. Now, before I start wrapping up this video, I want to briefly touch upon the cover art for this project because I adore it. I'm not sure exactly who did it, but it's a very cool, surreal image that is no doubt inspired by the Cubist artist Pablo Picasso, and evokes a very discordant and vibrant aesthetic that is just very interesting. In fact, I would love a print of this for my room. It would look amazing. I mean, it's not quite as striking as artwork as for Epic, but that's like, for me, next level. Probably one of my favourite album covers ever. I mean, I've got it right here, actually. Well, 1 second. Look at that beautiful thing. Can't beat it. But Kamasi Washington is easily one of my most beloved modern artists. Everything he touches just turns to magic, and his attitude and dedication to music is so inspiring and uplifting. I mean, I struggle to even put it into words how I feel about his music, so I'm no longer going to even try. Now, I just can't wait for this new album, Harmony of Difference, recorded in conjunction with the director A.J. Reiews' film, and it's just so exciting, and I will be for sure reviewing it here on Mason's Music Library, so stick around for that by subscribing to the channel. It would mean a lot to me. Also check us out on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram, all linked in the description box below. But before you go, I have this week's recommended listening, basically just a few tracks that make a nice accoutrement for this single. Starting with Mercy 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 by Cannonball Adderley, Bubbles by Herbie Hancock, and last but not least, The Rhythm Changes by Kamasi Washington. Once again, thank you for tuning in for another episode of Tangential Track Reviews. I'm Carl Mason, and it's been my pleasure. Take it easy, and I'll see you in the next video.